Hi, I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, James Ryan Professor of Film Studies at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and this is Frame by Frame. And we're here to talk about animated films, very briefly, the history of animated films. Émile Cohl, a French filmmaker, made some early animated films, but Winsor McCay's Gertie the Dinosaur was the first animated film that really made the public sit up and take notice. Animated films were originally drawn frame by frame by frame on tracing paper, and then they would basically just do one still after another, and they had to draw the entire background as well as the foreground action. Classical animation starting from the 1930s used a background and then cells, plastic cells on top of it on which the character was drawn. This, of course, was pioneered by people like Walt Disney and his chief animator, Ub Iwerks, also Max Fleischer and Dave Fleischer, and Paul Terry with Terrytoons, and Hayless and Batchelor in England. Of course, the Warner Brothers cartoons, Chuck Jones, Tex Avery, Friz Freleng, and people like that. And then, of course, we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937, the first animated feature cartoon. And Disney pioneered the animated feature format. But as the turn of the century dawned, we've moved towards things like Toy Story and the Pixar cartoons, and hand-drawn animation is going out. But in my heart, I guess I have a real fondness for traditional animation. I don't think you're ever going to top the work of people like Bob Clampett or Tex Avery or Rod Scribner, some of the great animators of the 1940s. So it looks as if Pixar animation is here to stay, but hand-drawn animation is also classic. And I think we should also see more of the old cartoons on television. They've now been mostly pulled, and I think that's kind of sad. My name is Wheeler Winston Dixon, and this is Frame by Frame.